What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Hey. Hey. Last time on Call to Shadow, the battle for supremacy. The battle for proof of power and ability. Impressed by some significant, stunning guile from the party, Lord Kelross yielded. He conceded the fight, feeling that the party is capable of protecting a treasure more dear to him than his very soul. All around the Colosseum, the crowd is alight with a buzzing energy. Whispers, whistles, laughter, claps, and awe. Never before has Kelross lost in quite this way. But we dive deeper at the beginning of this session. Solana, please describe your body language and how you feel.
So, in context, we just ended the fight after Ink had what Ink counterspelled something, right? He did a big counterspell, and we see my dad like fall to his knees or drop his weapon and surrender. I would think at that moment everyone is staring at my father, but if you're looking at Solana, who is taking the appearance of more or less, as she watches her father like surrender and sees the party get really excited, and the crowd is cheering and everyone's like in awe of that. More or less is not. It's not more or less, but more or less is not cheering. She's not excited. If anything, the look on her eyes is shock and pain. And you start seeing, like, if you could zoom in, you could see like her eyes welling up with tears. And her hands are clenched and she's shaking. That's what you see. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but that's what you see. If you were to look at Solana / more or less in that moment of victory.
Okay, I'm going to swing around and let everyone describe their character's body language, their feelings, the very climax and afterglow of the battle. Ink.
To be honest, for Ink, for the most part, he'd be just standing with respect, essentially unmoving, as he's just acknowledging what happened and leaving space for what comes next.
Craven.
At the end, did you say that Kelross had like taken a knee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before that, I believe he was pretty squared up with Kelross. And so he's just got like the biggest like smile on his face, just like blood running down the side of his mouth where he got decked by Kelross. And he's just like throwing his hands up like he just, won the championship. Even though, like he knows the rest of the party really helped out, he's just like super pumped on adrenaline right now. So he's just like hyping it up to the crowd like a pro wrestler.
Hey. cheering like mad. Leonidas.
I'm sorry, I'm on my phone right now, but you'll see Theo kind of looking up to the air and breathing heavily. Both his shield and his warhammer are kind of just hanging from like tips of his fingers, kind of trying to gain breath. He's going to be looking around, making sure everyone's okay. But the main thing he does is he'll most likely walk up to Kelross and extend a hand for him to stand up.
He takes it, gauntlet to gauntlet, and he stands just a little below, actually quite a bit below your towering Goliath height. He gives you a firm squeeze, shakes your arm, as if proud.
Then Theonidas will give him a little bow of respect.
All right, more or less.
More or less, as Solana is staring directly at Kelross. Their eyes kind of bulging out of their head, and their smile is grotesque. The look is not that of a loving daughter. It is the look of kind of laughter, watching somebody fall to their knees and knowing that all the things that they had done together, or even tricking him, was all worth it. And they just sat there with this creepy look on their face, and it is terrifying. And more or less kind of says in a huffed breath, "Aren't you proud?"
Okay, we're gonna roleplay a little bit, and we're gonna, at a thematically appropriate time, swap over to Solana, because I know there's something special planned. All right, Kelross is going to eye you and roll an insight, more or less. Please roll a deception for me.
Okay. That's 22.
Where is my Solana? He looks to Theonidas.
I'm very excited and fortunate that I applied for one job.
I'm right here. Aren't I?
Some people apply for 500.
Maybe you just fail to see that your little girl isn't so little anymore.
I gotta take a bad shit, Dad.
Why do you have this expression, dear?
Because I'm capable. Because I'm proud. And because watching you fall to your knees just says so much without you saying anything at all. I'm not afraid, Father.
He's squinting at Solana, but he can't see through the 22. He's unsure. Speaking of, thematically appropriate time. Solana.
As Kelross is like mean mugging, more or less, as Solana,
Mm-hmm.
and the real Solana is looking at this other Solana and is just freaking out, but internally just having like the shaking gets more intense. And you start to see more or less his lip quiver, and the tears start rolling down her cheeks, and she just starts running. If there's any way out of the Coliseum place that they're at, she's gonna run. So you just see more or less book it.
All right. I'm going to say the entire party catches on to that. Does anybody want to act before the NPC does?
Craven's just in his own little world. He's going to look out into the crowd and see if he can find Arendor, where he saw him at the beginning of the fight.
Yep, but he's getting up and moving.
Like he's leaving?
Yep.
Oh. Craven's going to kind of... His energy is going to drop a little bit. He's going to feel a little disappointed. But that's about it. He's not going to really pay any mind to more or less running off.
Okay. Anyone else?
Theonidas sees this, right?
Yep.
He sees more or less. He's gonna try to run after, see what's wrong, see what's up.
Roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Nice. And Theonidas?
13.
Okay. Oh, we're in a car. We're in a car!
I'm home. Hold on, I'm running to my PC. Give me a sec.
They're taking the role playing and running seriously.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it. All right.
Mm.
She beats you to the edge of the Colosseum.
Mm-hmm.
And by that point with her 20, it's actually, she moves so fast that her role was indicative of the crowd that has now spilled into the Colosseum and I'm talking knights, retainers, healers, Yavanna, Círdan's there, in the hustle and tussle. There are gifts being given. Theonidas, you're trying to rush forward, and there's this crowd of healers from the healing hall that you recognize swarm you and begin to check on you and Diz. A lot of them, there's a young one. He looks like a young, night nurse, and he's like, "I go high, you go low. I go high, you go low." That was so sick. That was amazing. That was the most amazing move I've ever seen. Talk about bromance and manliness and love on the battlefield. And you lose sight of more or less's fading visage.
I'll say as she's running out and she's getting shadowed by all the people, she drops the disguise self. And maybe once she gets to the cusp of that crowd, you'll see it's Solana, and she's just fully weeping at this point. And sprinting.
Okay, I'm going to start with Solana. I'm going to work my way around, okay? All right.
Okay.
Okay, Solana!
Hi.
What's your armor class?
Oh, what? Beep. That's a good question. It's a 14.
It's a 14. Okay. It's a 14.
Yes.
Okay, a heavy hand lands on your shoulder.
Oh.
And stops you in your tracks, pulling you back. It's your dad. He's breathing a little heavy, a little bit flushed, like he ran after you. And before you have a chance to say anything, even though you're kind of fighting against him, I imagine, right? Actually, I'll let you. Do you want to be mad, or do you want me to just roleplay? I don't. What do you want to? You go. You first. Ladies first. Go ahead.
Let's just. I want to see what you got. So you go.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I am very proud of you, Solana. I never would have guessed that you would trade places with a witch. Tactical genius.
And he kneels down on one knee because you're not very tall, and your dad's well over 6 foot.
Right.
So he's looking up at you a little bit, but he's got your wrists now because he doesn't want you to run. Right. You can see that you're distraught.
I was wrong. I misjudged your allies and your ability to make competent connections. I kneel ashamed before you, my child.
Keep saying, what is this shit?
Sorry. You're okay. If you can hear the person in the background, sorry.
Can I roll to pull him off of me? Because I still have that strength modifier from that potion.
Yeah, you can try.
Can
Roll
I
an
roll-
athletics?
Yeah, an athletics to get him off of me. That is a. God. That's a 21.
Okay. How do you pull him off you?
So he's on the ground. He's kneeling in front of me to talk to me. Where are we right now? Are we still in the Coliseum? Or?
You are in the underpass.
Ah, okay, we're in the underpass. Yeah, he's down on the ground, like looking up at me. My cheeks are just stained with tears, and just pull really hard and run in the other direction. And she crouches down and has her hands on her face. She's weeping, and yeah, she's moved and is like, don't touch me. That's the energy she's giving off. She hasn't said that yet, but she's run off, she pulled away, and she's crying, crouched on the ground.
He very slowly walks towards you, close but across that underhang hallway, and he sits. If you could see his face, etched on his old skin, would be the worry of a lifetime and the loyalty of a golden retriever.
She's gonna say through her hands, crying, I barely touched you. Don't say you're proud of me. I didn't do anything this fight. Couldn't prove anything.
Solana.
Don't! Father! Everyone kept saying, this is my time to be strong in front of you, to prove something. And all I've proven is that I am a damsel in distress who is carried around by powerful people. If it's not you, it's my friends. It's not my friends, it's a great wizard. I didn't make you surrender this fight. What good am I to this party if I can't? She just keeps sobbing.
Sorry, 1 second. 1 moment.
You're good. You're good.
Solana, have you ever heard the story of the sparrow and the viper?
No.
Do you mind if I tell you a story?
Fine. And she gets more closed off, like into her chest.
There once was a sparrow. Small and fast. Capable of soaring great heights and evading the greatest of enemies. This sparrow was known by the simple name of Breath. Her song, the clearest and most beautiful. But there was something unique about Breath. You see, Breath was born with only one talon. And unlike the other birds, she didn't have that cute hop and walk. You remember? When we would feed the ducks. And the doves and the mockingjays would come and take the rice before we found out that it expands and is bad for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Breath was crippled and smaller than the other birds like her. And one day, she met Viper. A water snake who had been abandoned by his owner. Their first meeting was not friendly. Viper tried to end Breath's life, but Breath was fast, cunning. And when she saw Viper's reaction from her hiding spot to him not catching a meal, she heard him whisper into the river ripples that he would soon perish and die. Feeling pity on this very bad and lonely predator, she decided to feed him. Viper had never tried earthworms. He'd never tasted cricket. He'd never had grasshopper. Most large bird of prey will look at a viper and they will rend its flesh. Capture it, fly high, drop it, break the viper's bones, not killing it. They are impressive in their strength and dexterity. Likewise, vipers are cunning and powerful. Viper had never known the outside world, never known what it meant to be a viper. He was born one, but through an odd kinship with Breath, he came to look inwards. And he found that though he had the scales of a serpent, that he wanted to be a sparrow. He wanted to help others, to feed them as breath had fed him. I wouldn't say the two, and even in the proverb itself, they're not the closest of friends, but they were allies. Neither one exactly what they were born to be, but neither one lesser because they chose to be something else. My point in sharing this, my dear, is just because you were born into the Kelros name, into military power, does not necessarily mean that you did nothing. That you didn't, how did you put it, touch me. Not at all. Knowing your enemy and your allies is knowing how they think and how they feel. I don't know who you would relate to more in that story, sweet Solana. But if I could be, I would be Breath. And he looks down at his hands. But the gods gave me a wide palm and a mighty striking fist. Though they did not bless me with a calm temper, or even patience the length of my foot. But they gave you those things. If Breath did not feed Viper and befriend him, he would have perished. And if you were not precisely who you are now, well, I think I too would have perished. The strength of the body and the strength of the mind are two very different and very similar things. You hear footsteps suddenly, and he holds up his hand as there's several nurses from the healing hall are like, "Sir, you're still bleeding. You were stabbed by your daughter in the stomach. You're still bleeding," and he just motions them away. You remind me of your mother. And she believed in the power of the pen and words before the power of a sword or a fist. I am proud of you because you showed up, Solana, on that battlefield, disguised. I couldn't even see through it. Impressed with your choice of friends. Even a red-skinned orc.
Pretty good. Great, I'd say. I just want to... I don't want to be a dead weight anymore.
I understand. You want to feel like you've earned it. Well. And he lays on his stomach and kind of crawls towards you a little bit. And the nurses are like, Sir, what are you? And he's like, quiet. And he puts his arm out like he's going to arm wrestle you. And he motions to it. Then prove to me that you're strong.
She sees his arm out, and she's never arm wrestled in her life, so she's just gonna try to figure out the positioning and then go for it.
Okay.
Her hands are still shaking, of course.
Athletics or acrobatics, up to you.
Oh, that's a good. We still got that potion on us, so I'm gonna go for the athletics.
Okay, roll it.
Alrighty, fine. I need to beat my dad and prove something. That is a. Ooh, that's a. What is that? That is a. That's an 18.
You tied. So at first he thinks he's playing, and then you see his expression change, like, oh shit. And he's like, his muscles clenching and flexing, and you're neck and neck with him.
Mm-hmm.
Roll again.
Okay. Oh, that's. I can't read that number. What is that? Oh, that's worse. That's math. That's a 12.
Okay. He got a 15, so he does beat you, and
Mm-hmm.
he looks like, oh shit. He's now questioning a lot. But you held your own for upwards of 5 minutes. And you hear one of the nurses, my lord, please, your wounds, we wish to tend to them.
Solana's gonna like. What's my dad doing right now? Is he still on his stomach, like laying down, or?
Yeah.
Solana's gonna get up and motion her dad to get up,
He does.
and she'll give him a hug and a cure wounds. Let me check which one. Yeah, I'll do a first level cure wounds, I guess. So, beep beep. I'm rolling it. It says 7 on the die. Is it just 7? Yeah, just 7. 7 points of healing to my dad.
Wow. He looks... And that is another thing you inherited from your mother. And the clerics around, the nurses, are just, oh, thank God. They all are like, oh, thank God. And he brushes some of the wet from your face, gives you a small, hold on 1 second. Sorry.
You're good.
He just hugs you. If you let him, he hugs you.
Yeah, she's gonna bury her face in his chest and say, Father, I ask of one thing and one thing only. Treat me like a Kelros, not like a princess. Do you understand?
How much would you hate me if I said I don't want to understand and I would rather feign ignorance?
Come on, Father, I know you're smarter than that. And she pokes his head. Please.
I will do my best.
I love you.
And I
I
love
want
you.
to make you proud.
I am proud. I'm the only person in existence right now that is proud of you for just existing, Solana. You could do anything and be anyone, and I would be proud of you.
She just starts crying more.
I am not a kind man. neither am I patient. And through some blessing from heaven itself, your mother chose me. And we had you. And maybe it is I who should learn from you, my child. You look. And he motions to the Colosseum. You look at these people, and you are able to see things that I cannot. I see upstarts, misery, selfish, greedy, prideful individuals. Maybe I'm just describing myself. You did well, and you deserve rest. And you deserve to come and go as you please.
Her eyes broke up. Do you mean that?
I do.
Oh, thank you, Father. Just grabs tighter in the hug. Kind of bounces a little. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
He holds you tight, and his face aims for the ceiling of the overpass, and he just whispers your mother's name and says, "My love, preserve me." Just a quick prayer of, "Oh God, my child's gonna leave out into the world."
Even if I'm gone, I'll always be here with you. I promise. And I'll make sure to call or whatever else. I will make you proud. I will carry our name with strength and softness. I promise.
Good. See that you do.
Yeah, she's just gonna stay there and hug him for a bit.
'Kay.
In the silence. And crying. Just more crying. Lots of crying.
You get about 5 more minutes with your dad before, his retainers are like, "My lord, you need to address the people and, deem your ruling and all that." And so he has to go on official business. But he says that he will see you at dinner. All of you.
I love you. Very much.
And I love you. Your party. A feast. Tonight. Until then.
course.
And he kind of grits his teeth like, "Ugh, your time is your own." And then he turns and he leaves.
Okay. And Solana's just gonna dawdle back to her little tower. She wants to be alone in her room.
Okay. All right. Kelross returns to the Colosseum before he does, Craven,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a wide palm slap you in the back.
Going to quickly turn around and in a defensive stance.
Arendor shoves a tankard in your hand.
And Craven's face just lights up, and as he does, like his symbiotic entity form just sort of dissipates, and the blackness of his eyes goes away, and he just smiles real big and grabs it. Did you see me out there?
I did. And I'm not going to gloat here because Kilross is right there. But if I were to gloat, I would say you kicked his ass like a thrice damned son of a goat.
oh, it just felt so good. I was like, God, I was just like, he hit me, and I was, oh my God.
It was
just,
excellent. Now, we're absolutely
Yeah,
going to go to the brothel now. Celebration, good boy. Celebration. Also, I left a book there and need to find it, so come now.
You and your books. All right.
But this one's more an amulet than a book, but there are pages within the amulet. Now, if we slip away quickly, no one will notice.
All right, sounds good. I don't like dealing with crowds anyway.
Roll the stealth.
Stealth. Roll stealth. There we go. Got an 11.
Good. You're not very sneaky. Anyone's passive
I'm not.
perception that's higher than 7 can see. Oh, this is the wrong photo for this city. That's okay. This is the right one.
Boom!
Perfect. 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 Also, this music is like kind of sad. So we're just gonna listen to this shit. Here we go. Okay. Anybody that has passive perception higher than 11 and higher than a 13 or 13 or higher, you see Arendor and Craven kind of slipping through the crowd. Kind of off to do whatever it is they're gonna go do. And I'm gonna slide to Theonidas.
I want to scan around the place and see if I can see that monk or that priest that was following us or following me.
Roll perception.
That's a 20.
Over the crowd that's kind of gathered around you, the clerics, the healers, the retainers, even some like reporters that are trying to get comments on beating Lord Kelros. What are your comments? In the chaos, standing perfectly still in the very far end of the Colosseum, dressed in priest robes, deep circles under their eyes, is that same androgynous individual. They make eye contact with you, give you a slight nod, and then turn and disappear into the keep.
Sir, comment! You beat Lord Kelros!
Yeah, I think we did. We did.
What was that move? I go high, you go low. Did you come up with that?
It's just, it's a brotherly connection that
Brotherly
me
connection.
did
Some
have.
would say it's a deeper connection than that. What say you?
What do you mean?
Well, you have some fans. Then he kind of like motions you, and the town crier like points, and there's a couple girls who are like waving like hi up in the stands. And they're pointing at you and Diz, and when the two of you turn and look, they're like, ah! Ah!
I am confused and tired.
I bet. Maybe it's time to fall into your lover's embrace.
Lover's embrace. There's no love.
So
I'm just.
He's writing everything. You're just.
I'm just relieved. That's all. I'm relieved.
You're.
I have great respect for Kilros. And I'm just relieved. Everything is okay.
Yeah, good. All right, he's writing it now. So when Diz went low, is that typical? We believe that's the orc's name, right? Maybe there's a
Yeah,
different
yes.
name you might call him by?
It's Diz, but during our childhood, when we used to get into
Childhood,
scraps-
huh?
Yes, childhood. We've been good friends since childhood. We would get into little scraps here and there, and he would always go low, sweep the legs, and I would always go high and punch the face.
Sweep the legs, okay. And this is something that you've done your whole life.
Whenever we get into little altercations, yes.
Right. Good. Together.
See, why are you writing this down?
Oh, tabloids. Got a town cry about something. This is going to be all over by tonight. You're going to be
What's a-
famous.
Can I see what you're writing?
No. And he closes it and he starts to run.
Hello? I'm gonna look around. Who was that?
Another town crier slides up. She's like, "Hi, nice to meet you. Name is Priscilla. So, I have a couple questions. I heard that you and Diz have had a relationship since you were children. Is that true?"
Hold on, I want to clarify this. What relationship are you assuming?
Well, we're not trying to assume. We're just trying to report the truth.
Okay, report this. Go fuck yourself, and then he's gonna walk away.
She's just kind of standing there.
He's gonna try to go the direction where he saw the monk and try to see if he can, at that point, maybe find him wherever he went.
Okay, you get to another one of those like portcullis that's all been lifted open. It's an underpass that heads straight into the keep, and you are stopped by someone that you have not seen before, but they are dressed in finery, and around them are individuals dressed not near as fine, but still in the same colors, right? Same standard and tabards. And this individual hands you a scroll. And she says, "Very impressed with your tactical prowess.
Thank you. What is this?
My phone number." You open the scroll?
I opened the scroll.
Yeah, it's a room key. And
I'd have my own room.
if you get cold.
I have blankets as well. Is this yours?
She laughs. And it's hard to see a lot of her face because she's got a like a mask on, but it's like a half mask. It's like a veil that drops down like over her nose and stuff, and then she's got like this updo that like sweeps hair down over one eye. You can see that she has like slightly pointed ears. She's average height for a mortal. I mean, you're a Goliath, so you like dwarf her, but yeah, she just giggles and says you're very popular. You were announced as Caspian's heir, were you not?
Yes.
Your mother has a lot of fans.
I would assume so. What is your name?
You may call me your lady. Or my lady.
Is that like two different names?
She just laughs again and says, just my lady will do.
All
If you
right.
stop by my room, I'll tell you who I am.
Sure. Nice little conversation. All right. I'd love that.
Servants chuckle. Indeed. Perhaps I'm delighted and excited to see you. Dinner?
Dinner. Yes, absolutely. What are we having? Oh, I can cook. I don't mind.
Hold on, she's gonna roll an insight. I would love to have you cook. I'll make sure you have the finest ingredients.
Oh, that's lovely. Yes. That sounds great.
I'll see you
I
this swaggering magus.
swaggering magus. All right, I'll be there.
And then she like gives you a little curtsy, and her servants bow to you, and they all head, not in the overpass tunnel that you're headed into, but they move off with the rest of the crowd.
He's just gonna, under his breath, what an interesting woman. And he's gonna keep going towards the direction where the
Roll
the monk
investigation.
was. Okay. That is a 13.
With a 13, you don't find the priest, but you do find the chapel of Kelros Keep. The pews laid out, the upraised dais. And I'm gonna leave you in that room for a second, and we're gonna slide over to Ink. Ahem. Yeah, what are you doing, Ink?
I think Ink has gone off to find materials for tattooing.
Okay.
He wants to experiment and expand what that tattooing can be for him.
So after a bit of like talking back and forth, like Yavanna, by the way, would have been like, "Oh my gosh, Ink, good job. That was impressive. I was impressed." And then of course Cyrdan was just chuckling at you, like, slides you more of those berries that'll keep you awake.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, just if you want. Since you're one of the last people left in the Colosseum, because Theonidas ran after Solana, and then he saw Solana and her dad talking, so then he turned back around, and then he went off, and Craven tried to sneak off. It was just you or more or less, but then when they tried to give the money to more or less, they're like, well, we don't know where they went, because they were Solana, but Solana was over there, but Solana's gone now. We don't know. So Ink, here's the money. So you now have 20,000 gold that your party was gifted from Lord Kelros, and everybody else is gone. So you make your way into town.
Yay.
Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. Oh, I've rolled very low. 9.
9. All right. So you don't find the place that the servants told you about called the Parlor, but you do find an apothecary called Dim-Wit Brewery. Inside, there is a short feller, probably a mighty 3 foot. He's, gosh, you're surprised. At first you thought he's a child, but then when he turns, he's like wicked handsome. And some of you might notice from they playing Basa. Anyways, Odium turns to you and is like,
Oh my god.
howdy there, partner. What can I help you with? What are you looking for? This is his other life.
I'm looking for materials
All
to
right.
send me some tattoos.
So you're looking for some like inks and stuff.
Precisely.
All right. Okay, well, first, the boss says that I'm going to have to tell you about our sales. And you hear the boss in the back, no, I didn't! Don't you dare say shit, kid! And he's like, listen, don't listen to him. Listen to me. You look like a handsome feller. I mean, you're a little grayscale and uncolorful, and that's all right. And you came in and you were frowny, and that's all right. But I'm going to help you, all right? For a very low price of 5 gold, I'm going to give you the best recipe known to man. Follow me. He hops off the stool over here. Now, what I'm about to show you in this ancient tome here has been passed down from gnome to gnome for generation to generation. It's called, he leans in conspiratorially, it's called The Epitaph of Baked Bean. Yeah. Now, if you give me 5 gold, I'll get you a copy of the baked bean recipe right now, right here. And I'll take off a little bit of price on your inks.
5 gold.
You heard it? Low price of 5 gold.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
It's got natural 20.
Yeah, you think he's lying?
He would look at him and say, I believe it's not in good faith to lie to a customer.
I'm not lying. I swear to God, I don't fib none.
He stares him down. He doesn't say anything. As if like he showing he doesn't believe him, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, he is committed to the bit. He's committed.
Anyways, inks. And he'll literally just start walking off.
Wait, hold on, wait. He like rushes in front. Hold on, wait. Okay, all right. 2 gold. 2 gold for the baked bean recipe. And I'll get you some silver inks that'll match your monochrome personality. Eh?
Wait, how much was that?
2 gold.
1 gold.
Deal. And he holds out his hand.
Yeah, you give him 1 gold.
You guys can see Odium on the screen now. Okay, he takes gold and he gives you the baked bean recipe. I mean, when you just a quick glance, it looks delicious. You know, it calls for a very particular type of a red bean, and then it talks about making the paste and marinade and bacon pieces. Like, I mean, sounds good in theory. And then he whips you up some ink. And he's like, you want some glitter in this ink? I got a lot of, don't ask why I got glitter. Actually, I'm going to tell you anyways. So, there's this real nice brothel just down the street. Okay, maybe it's like down the street and like a hop, skip, and a jump. And hold on, the mice are playing the organ again. Hold on. And he leaves for a second. And like the mice are playing the... Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Right. Okay, listen. So the glitter. I may or may not have snorted some off a hooker's ass. But it is non-toxic, non-lethal, and it just makes you have a real good time. Do you want me to add that to this? I'm just saying,
no.
Because if you're gonna... Well, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. If you're gonna be tattooing folk and I add this glitter to it, which I could do for a very small, low price of 2 gold, it'll help numb the pain tattooing them.
I do not believe that is necessary.
Oh, you want your tattooees to be in pain? I mean, all right, that's fine.
He just he's like emotionlessly staring at him.
So, can I ask you a personal question? As he's like grinding the ink, like old style, right? And then he's like pouring it in, grinding it. So the ink is actually like in solid form, and he's just grinding it against a stone and then scooping with a small spoon and putting it in a vial. And while he's doing this, so he is getting you a variety, like a whole set of colors, right? And you're only going to have to pay, I think, 5 silver? 5 silver for a set of 3 different inks. You'll have red, green, and black.
Red, green.
And so, as he's
Black.
making these, he's like, okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you have a lot of friends? I mean, I don't mean to be personal, but kind of like, you're real, like. And then he makes a mimic of you. That is not necessary. I would like you not to lie to me and give me the ink. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got friends?
Yes, I do believe they are friends.
Oh, that's good. So you got someone that brings a little joy, maybe smiles to your life a little bit.
I've had many joys in my life.
You have? Wow. You said that like someone killed your grandma this morning and ran over your cat.
Yeah. He like tilts his head. I am unaware of this.
Yar? I guess that would explain a lot.
Hmm.
Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna give you a life lesson here. And he finishes sealing up the black ink and starts working on the green. He's like, all right, 101 with dealing with people. Try and smile, okay? Look at me. I'm gonna lift my lip a little bit here. Lift my lip. That's a smile. You try now. You see it? Come on now. Try it out.
I'm gonna do a straight charisma roll.
Okay.
And see,
Oh God. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Come on now. Don't look. That's a grimace. That's a grimace. Keep trying.
Oh, 19.
Yeah. Keep trying. Grimace. 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 Little teeth. Little teeth. Yeah. No. Hide the bottom teeth. Hide the bottom teeth. Now you're looking mad. Eyebrows up. Yeah. Oh. There you are. Wow. Look at that. Hold on. And he pulls out a little mirror. Look at that. Handsome feller.
Interesting.
You're one stinking handsome son of a gun, even though you're all monochrome and, you.
Yeah. He's like, as he's talking, he takes out his notebook. It takes like a little bit of notes and draws a little sketch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, good. Okay, now I'm going to teach you something else. You ready? This will really help you have a
Yes.
good time. Okay, as a fellow man, as a fellow very tall, manly man, like myself, I'm going to teach you a trick. Okay. Now, comes time in every man's life when he needs a flower. He needs to, bend down, scoop it up, hold it nice, sniff it, maybe lick it a little, all right? Now, in order to do that, there's a very specific look you gotta have. we're gonna call it, what I like to call it, is the smolder holder, all right? Okay.
Smolder holder.
Yeah, write it down. And then he's like keeping grinding the green ink, using the little spoon to spoon it in. Okay, so one eyebrow down, like this. Look, one eyebrow up, like that. And then you kind of squint the eyes a little lean back of the jaw, and you say, howdy. Go on, try it out. Howdy.
Is this a custom here
Yeah.
in Calros?
Yeah. Custom everywhere. It is well known. It is well far and wide accepted. The smolder holder. Teach it to all your friends.
He'll actually try,
Roll,
and then he'll like
roll Christmas.
real cause okay. That is 13.
Okay, he's like, you're doing great, you're doing great, doing great, doing great. Yeah, a little bit lower, a little bit higher with the eyebrow. Yep. You really want him to have that high-low, right? It's all about positioning on the stage. Your face is the stage. There it is. Wow, you look a little... And when he shows you, you think you look malicious and sinister, but he tells you look great.
Howdy.
Wow, I'm weak at the knees. Woo-hoo! I'm wet. Perfect. Good job.
Interesting.
Here's your green ink, and moving on to the last one. Did you want more than these three colors? I got purple.
You said purple.
Yeah.
I will take purple as well.
Cool. All right, that's gonna be 5 silver, just for the purple alone. It's real hard to make.
5 silver it is.
And for the low price of 2 gold, I'll add that glitter and it'll make it real pretty.
Can you inspect the glitter and see if it actually can help in any magical sense? You know.
Yeah, do you ask him if you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he brings it out in like a shoebox. You think he legitimately did like sweep it off of someone's body? It looks kind of used. Roll an Arcana. But he's very proud of it. When he sets it there, he's like, check it out.
That is the natural 20 to a total 28.
Yeah, it absolutely is magical and will do what he says it is. It's very low grade drug, but with enough of it, it'll really fuck you up. It's got a magical kind of charming effect to it. Yeah. Now, her name was Bianca, right? Man, she was a real baked bean. Woo-wee! She made me say howdy day. Anyway, so she's a real strong mommy, right? Part Minotaur. Oh my god. Moo! Don't ever say that to them, though. They don't like that. And he just starts telling you about Bianca and his whole night with her as you tune him out. Eventually, he's just droning. He's like, so yes to the glitter? I'm putting this in?
I would like that packaged on the side.
Oh.
If you will.
Sure. And he gets a little canvas bag. And then finally the human comes out. And there's this human male. And he's sweating. He looks green at the gills. He like suddenly slams open the back door and is like, Odium! And Odium's like, oh, hey! How are those beans you ate? You said your stomach was upset. What did you put in my beans? I didn't put now nothing in your beans. And he's like, anyways, here you go. You do a quick exchange. He's like, you probably should run. Have a good one, all right? Remember, smolder holder, baked beans. And he's like, look, I didn't add anything to the beans that shouldn't have been there in the first place. Nah, I think you're just getting a little out of hand, a little reckless, blaming me for stuff. And we should really have a really good conversation. And the human looks like he's going to pick something up and throw it at Odium. And then you hear his stomach go, and he's like, oh, God. And he has to run off. And Odium's like, don't worry, I'm watching the store. Watching the store. And he pockets your 2 gold.
Thank you.
You're
for
welcome.
This experience.
Yeah, anytime. What was your name again?
Ink.
Yeah, I gave you ink. You want more?
No.
All right, monochrome man. Have a good one.
He like doesn't have any like reaction to that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's just like, no. Thank you, Audio. He bows deeply and he walks out. And yeah, I think Ink would find his way back to the keep, and he'd be doing his little research on tattoo effects, and planning out some new tattoos, kind of thing.
That'll be another investigation. All right.
That was a natural one.
Perfect. You're going to be there all night.
Hell yeah. Popping them berries.
You'll eventually get it, but it's going to take you all night. You busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking those no-sleep berries.
Hell yeah. All right. Sliding on over to more or less. And then I'm going to swing around the whole party again.
Hello.
Hello. All right.
Yes.
You still look like Solana. What are you doing? You sneaky. Don't look.
No one's looking.
I don't know why it opened on that screen. No, stop it.
You got it.
Beautiful.
So good. So good.
Yep, more or less still looks like Solana, just kind of standing, I guess, where they were. Having watched everyone else run off, they kind of continue in the form of Solana without really thinking much about it. And I think they would look around the Colosseum, like on the floor, just in case there was something there.
Roll an investigation.
And would draw with their foot a spoon in the dirt, kind of marking their territory. And when noticing that, everything was kind of clearing out, they would walk off and find their way to the one place they know has the things they desire most. The kitchen. Still dressed as Solana.
Okay, you are actually approached before you even leave the call. Like, you're drawing and like retainers are watching you. What's your passive perception?
11.
Well, a couple people are muttering to themselves. Didn't Lady Solana make it back to her room? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, then why is she here? Let's just stay here in case. Yeah. There's like 5 or 6 cards that are like, I swear to God, we escorted her, but we didn't, and we don't want to get in trouble. So let's none of us admit that we left Lady Solana alone in the Colosseum. So they're waiting for you. And it's as you're completing your spoon, you find bits and baubles, right? There's a couple of coins that were lost from mostly the town criers that were trying to interview Theonidas. Theonidas specifically, just because he's, what you've heard among the whispers is that he's kind of a celebrity. He is a High Lord, which means he's technically above Kelros. I mean, public opinion, that no one believes that really, but by technicality, he's the High Lord of Tower Town, which means a lot of things, but not a lot of things to more or less, just in general, a lot of things. You're approached by one of the guards. He's young, right? 17, 18 years old, a little flustered. I don't know what that's going to do to your more or lessness, but he's like, Lady Solana, can we escort you back to your rooms?
I would look up to the guard,
He's
grin.
Like, he kind of flushes and has to look away.
Huh. Why so afraid?
I'm not afraid of you, Lady Solana. I am only a guard. I'm no one important. And you see a couple of his other guards, like he glances at them and you glance at them and they're like giving him thumbs up, like, yeah, keep talking to her. Roll an insight, more or less.
19.
You have an opportunity here. He says he's not afraid. You tilt your head and examine a little further. He's doing that thing humans, well, mortals do when they like someone. The question is, as Solana, are you going to give him hope or not?
More or less kind of understanding exactly what this guard is trying to do, thinks back to the moment by the bonfire with the Requiem and how she had approached more or less, and more or less takes their fingers and kind of taps their way up the guard's arm and says, "Escort me, you say?"
To your rooms, Lady Solana.
"And can you tell me, Sir Guard, what is waiting for me there?"
Tea and chocolate scones.
"And what are you offering me?"
I'm just doing my job.
"What is your name?"
Timothy.
"Timothy." "Say, Timothy."
Yes, Lady Solana.
"Do I sense your heart beating?"
He just nods. Like, yeah, that's a weird question.
More or less kind of starts not really sure how to go about this whole encounter, starts rubbing their earlobe with their fingertips, like kind of like, in between them in a strange, weird way. "I'd rather like things in the kitchen rather than the bedroom."
What?
"We can go to the kitchens and I can show you something special."
Okay.
Come now, Timothy. I thought you said you weren't afraid."
I'm not. One of the older guards steps up and says, "Are you hungry, Lady Solana?"
"It seems that Timothy here is."
My lady, he means no harm. I will make sure that he is punished appropriately. And he,
No, I quite like him. No harm done. Just a bit of fun.
of course, my lady. We shall escort you to the kitchens now. And then he kind of elbows him. Get in line. And Tim's like, yes, sir. But he keeps glancing at you like, oh my god, what the... Internal monologue. He's like, oh my god, was she flirting with me? Oh my god, did I have anything in my teeth? What if my teeth were gross? Or what if my breath smelled like onion? Oh my god, I'm sweating. Oh, it's dripping down my back. Oh, my armor's so heavy and pinching, but I don't even care. I'm fluttering. She's amazing. Wow, she's so beautiful and small. Oh my god. Yeah, his internal monologue. He's panicked. But you're going to the kitchens now, more or less. As Solana.
As Solana.
In the kitchens, you are greeted with a chorus of "Hello, Lady Solana," and a spoon with milk and freshly baked cookies are provided to you upon entry.
I'd like everyone to leave.
They all look a little confused. The kitchen staff, the head lady, is, well, Lady Solana, we have to prepare for dinner with your father.
Just a few minutes, I promise. Please. And gives like this very sinister grin.
Okay, roll a deception or an intimidation.
That is a beautiful 25 for deception.
Okay, they slowly file out.
Don't come back until I leave.
Lady Solana? But they
Thank you.
you shut the door.
I'm going to transform back into the beautiful hag form.
Okay.
And I'm going to search for every single utensil in the kitchens. All the spoons I will collect, and every fork I will use prestidigitation and rust them into oblivion. And every knife I'm going to shove standing up onto the ceiling, if that's possible. Almost like they're hanging from the ceiling.
Roll an investigation.
Investigation. Okay. That's a 17.
You find twine that'll enable you to make a garland of the knives, but you can't, without shoving them into the beams of the kitchen, you can't get them to stay floating.
Okay, then probably ties up all the knives.
A nice,
Makes a beautiful display.
nice garland.
How lovely.
You take all the spoons, including the ladles they're cooking with.
Yep.
Okay. All the wooden spoons as well?
Absolutely.
Any okay. Well, all in all, it takes you about 40 minutes.
And all the forks are destroyed?
You have disposed of them.
And I think I'd taste the soup. Or whatever they were making. I'd probably stick a spoon in each of them and try everything in the kitchen.
They are making a decadent basil and tomato in one. Very, very creamy, very thick. Looks like there's cheese being grated to sprinkle on each bowl individually when served. There's fresh bread. There's bread that has burned in the 45 minutes that you've been in the kitchens alone.
I take the burnt bread.
There is another soup that is a thin broth, but the flavor is potent. It's got a bit of a vinaigrette tang to it. And you think it is meant as a dipping sauce.
I take the burnt bread and I dip it into this strange broth.
It's
Then
very,
I'll just eat it.
It's almost like anjou or anjou sauce.
Au jus, yeah.
It's got more vinegary flavor. Can't even taste
I'd
the
lick
burnt.
my lips. How delicious. Quite a bit of fun we've had, isn't it? And I would transform back into Solana's form to leave the kitchen.
Okay, you open the door, and everyone that was crowded around the doorway, like at your exodus, and they're like, "Oh, Lady Solana."
Wait until I've left the corridor and then you can return. Thank you. And I still eat the bread. I'm just going to chew it as I walk away.
Okay, the screams of horror happen not too far when you're down the corridor. You're not completely gone, but they're like, "Oh, what has happened?" You hear someone, my soup, where's my ladle? The bread, it's gone." Yep.
Well, that was fun.
And you slip off into the keep.
Just slowly swaggering as if I was a princess. Kind of like, it's a very strange, awkward movement because it doesn't seem very realistic, but they're kind of like sashaying through the hallways.
The guards still follow you. Still slightly mortified. But we're gonna fade out. And we're going to slide to Craven. Craven, roll a perception for me.
A perception. That's an 8.
You see no brothel. You see an empty plot that has a pig pen at the end of it and debris from a long time ago burned down building. And Arendor is pacing.
It was here. Or was it? No, it was here. I remember. I remember that chicken coop. And he points. I slept in it.
I see. And are you sure you didn't have a lot to drink that night?
Incredible amounts.
Well, perhaps you confused the pig and, you know,
I
a
would.
little roll in the mud. I don't know. I mean, you have your phases, as you said.
That's true. I do indeed have my phases, but no matter if I don't find the amulet, that's all right. I suppose I could do it the hard way and study, but that takes the fun out of everything, and then I have no time because I'm stuck studying. Ugh, I'm not an apprentice anymore. This is a minor inconvenience.
Oh no, a minor inconvenience. What a bummer. Are we supposed to be, like, celebrating? I mean, I was just, like, kicking some ass out there. It was a good time. Like, hyped. What are we gonna do? Come on. I don't want to be here with this pig.
He looks over at you and snorts.
Yes. What would you like to do instead to celebrate?
That's a good question. I've never been here before. Sure, you have. What's around here?
Pious individuals, mostly.
Okay.
I mean, there's the talking octopus, but that's quite a walk.
A walk for you? Oh, come on. You could just, like, zip over there, right? Seen you do it before.
I could, but that doesn't mean I should.
But it's a special occasion.
Let me think. Do I owe the octopus money? Hold on.
And he reaches into his long sleeves and he pulls out a little book and he starts flipping through it.
Can't go see the octopus. I forgot. I made calamari out of one of his friends. So, moving on. There is a bar. No, that one's probably burned down as well.
Raven's just tapping his foot with his arms crossed.
We could. You could go find your friends if you wanted. Party. I'm sure they've that Bob going to celebrate, right?
I'm sure they are, but you dragged me all the way out here.
Well, I thought I was going to need your handsome face to get in, but it seems that it's all burned down.
Ah. I thought you had said it was to celebrate. I thought that was just sort of an on-the-way thing.
Yes, of course. It was to celebrate, right?
6 stones, 1 bird, as the saying goes.
Right, and so far we've got no birds. And,
We have figs.
well, I can't say I'm a big fan of pigs. I don't think pigs are a big fan of me either. So I've heard.
Usually to celebrate, I do a couple of things. One, I can't be trusted
No, you can't.
with.
That's a good point.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You
Oh.
sound too assured in that. I was going to say I can't be trusted with firearms. When drunk.
Oh, well.
I drink. Usually to celebrate, but I also drink when I'm sad, so I don't really think it's quite anything of a celebration. Oh, I know! Would you like to meet a dragon?
Is it friendly?
No, but you could look at it. That's exciting.
I don't know if I'd consider that much of a celebration. Don't really feel like fighting for my life again.
All right, then how about we grease the pig and unleash it in Kelross's manor? That's exciting.
Ooh. That could be fun.
It's also fun. No, I can't do that either. I'm barred from that bar, and I am barred from that orphanage.
Did you say orphanage?
Ah, yes, I gave all the children fireworks one year, and well,
Oh, that makes sense.
hold on.
Oh,
I've got it.
okay.
We disguise ourselves as gators,
I'm listening.
and we hide in the fountain at Kelross Keep. And when someone walks by, we eat them.
You know, I am still kind of trying to get on his good side. We do need to, have him behind us with all this stuff going on. Probably not good to eat anybody in the castle, just saying. Also, I'm not a huge fan of eating people as a celebration. So, any other ideas?
We buy gifts.
Are you paying?
I have no money.
Okay.
How about we wander town and get lost? Oh, we could go see Theonidas' siblings.
Ooh. He did say that there was some drama there, but perhaps it would be better if
I
he
know.
was around.
We tell Leonidas that Theonidas is at the keep, and then we watch what happens when they meet. Haha.
Okay, but only if we can have a drink on the way there.
Yes, I know a place. It is filled with gnomish prostitutes. Wonderful place.
Excellent. Lead the way.
Yes, I think it's And he kind of spins in a circle. This way. That way? Nah, let us go. I know exactly where I'm going.
I trust
do.
you implicitly.
Yes, now. 1 hour later.
Are we there yet?
The two of you find yourselves in a marketplace. There are street vendors, musicians, street food being passed out, like samples, people saying, come try, over here, 2 silver, 2 silver. A woman kind of waves a fan at you, and she says, you look kind of sweaty, want a fan? Another young man is like, no, he looks like he could use a scarf. You need a scarf? It could match your tunic. Turn a drab wardrobe into a fab one. Arnor's like, I think I instinctively came here because this is in the opposite direction of the brothel. Damn it. I know where I am now. Well, while we're here, we might as well shop.
Sounds good.
How's your
What do you
sleight
wanted
of
to
hand?
shop for?
Your first
Oh.
fingers, Graven?
Not really. Never really been my forte.
That's all right. You're handsome. You talk to the shopkeeper. I need 5 minutes. And he guides you over to the woman outside of this little shop that has the fans. And she's like, there you are. Did you want one of these, handsome? And Arnold's like, you've got this. 5 minutes. And he slips in behind her.
It is pretty hot. Are they good? Do people recommend your fans?
Yes, absolutely. Best on the market. How about this one? I think it matches your eyes. It's a blue one. She kind of looks you up and down.
May I try it?
She hands it to you. It's just a decorative folding fan, you know, like one of those ones you get at the gift store that's all cheap with like the gold drawing inlaid, and it chips off when you touch it for the first time, and it feels, you know, like it's gonna break, but it's pretty. Eh?
He pretends to inspect it. Oh my, this is amazing craftsmanship.
Would you like
did you
to
make it
roll
yourself?
Deception or perception?
I will roll deception. It's 18.
18. Okay. Wow. I didn't make it. The owner makes them. Or orders them, rather. But if you've got a girl you like, I'm sure she'll find it fancy.
Oh, I mean, I couldn't take this one then. You said it matches my eyes. She has much more green-ish eyes.
Ah, I've got a green one right here. You're in luck. Light green or dark green?
Oh, they're very like a forest, like just you look at trees, like beautiful green. Yeah, like that.
You're in luck. I have a fan that's green and has a beautiful pictogram of the forest.
Oh, may I see it?
Of course.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think she'd probably really like this one. But just to be safe, do you have any maybe with like flowers on them or something? You know, just she really likes lilies. That's her name, by the way. Her name's Lily, so you know. Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have something in the shop. And she waves her hand, and a ward appears over the fans, and she turns and begins to enter the shop.
Actually, hang on one sec. Well, no, maybe this one's good. You don't need to go back there. Don't trouble yourself. It's okay.
Are you sure this one's good enough?
I think this one's probably fine, and he's just gonna vigorously fan himself with it really hard.
Roll a athletics.
Let's see. Eight.
You don't break it. It does bow a little bit. And she's like, all right. That'll be 6 copper.
You know, actually, I changed my mind. I don't want this one. Here, you can have this. Can I see the blue one again?
The blue one?
Yeah, the first one you gave me. I think maybe she'd like it better just because, you know, if she's holding my arm and it matches my eyes, she'd kind of, you know, see it as like a couple thing.
Sure,
right?
Sure, the blue one. This one here.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Perfect. Here's the blue one, then. Okay, I want you to roll a perception. Oh, shit. Hey. Thanks, Yami, for the raid. What's up, guys? Playing some D&D.
Holy shit.
Hello,
Go
Raider.
to the
Oh,
dragon.
woo, the wolf boss sends his regards. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah.
Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
welcome,
Welcome,
Raiders.
welcome.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, the tomfoolery. The tomfoolery! I'm your dungeon mistress, Copy Doll, also known as Doll on the internet. It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Eldritch Emporium. Welcome, welcome. Quick introduction of my players here. I've got Valentine, the Demonic Cafe owner, playing Ink.
Hello.
I've got Striker Sly playing the Changeling, more or less is more.
Hello.
I've got Graciously Kate playing Solana or the Requiem.
Hello.
I've got the Mad Hazard playing Craven.
Hello.
And I've got Nathan V playing Theonidas. You can find everybody here on their socials pinned up above. Please give them a follow. My players are beautiful. We are on a nice shopping spree where the party gets to meet the denizens of Kelross Keep. Some of them odd, others of them perfectly normal. But what is normal in a medieval time? Speaking of, Craven, what'd you get on that perception?
Perception was a 16.
Okay. You see Arendor slipping out. And where he's got a new purse, side satchel, bright red, and he gives you a thumbs up. And then he casually slips around the vendor and into the crowded streets. And the vendor's like, so the blue one, this is the one that you want, right? For Lily?
On second thought, I forgot that she really doesn't like fans, but thank you. It was really nice of you to show them to me. I was really hot. I just got done with a really tough workout, and it was good to kind of get fanned off. Thanks.
Huh.
I'm just going to set it down and slowly walk backward.
Good. Well, then.
I'll be sure to recommend your shop.
And she glares at you as you rush backwards. And then twist and catch up to Arendor. Excellent, boy. Excellent. Look at what I got. And he pulls out a empty notebook.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
I figured you would have come back with something useful, something, I don't know, pretty. Whatever you get at a fan shop, I guess. I don't know. A fan?
That's just the outward appearance. What's inside are trinkets and gifts. Look, I found this for you. And he pulls out a small box. Looks like a ring box.
Oh. Craven will take it and open it up.
It's empty, by the way, but you could put something in it.
Yes, I'm sure Lily would love this.
Like this. And he drops
Whatever
a couple
Lily
coins
is.
into your empty ring box. Tink, 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 tink.
Hey, now we're talking.
Yeah, you get 5 gold. And he says, great celebration. Though I find I'm rather hungry.
I could definitely eat. Had anything since before the fight.
Well then, let's find somewhere where the women are short and have huge tits. Perfect.
That your type?
Sometimes. It's a phase right now.
Okay. Lead the way.
And
Hopefully the correct way this time.
he chuckles. It's always the correct way. A wizard winds and travels precisely wherever he means to. Remember that.
I will not, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. And the two of you are... I can't believe you're letting him lead this expedition, but that's fine. Go ahead and roll a survival for me really quick.
Yeah.
Not because you're going to get run over by a cart or anything, but you know.
I'd have to survive with Arendor. That's a 25.
What'd you get?
25.
Okay. Man. He does get lost. But you realize he's remembering this city decades before. And it clicks when you're passing an old church. And he says, and across from the church would be Maribel's home. And next to Maribel would be the brewery. But the old church is still there. A little old woman sweeping the front steps. The typical...
Perhaps we should ask her for some directions. I know you know precisely where you're going. Not that I don't trust you or anything, but just, as an assurance. I mean, you did lead us here. That could be on purpose.
Sure. And he opens the gate. As he passes it, onto your left is the typical parish resting ground. Usually it's for priests. And then in the back plot, there are villagers or townsfolk that would be buried there. And then on the right side, there is a small building for prayer and fasting to be held. The grass is well kept, and so are the bushes. Your boots tip, tip, tip as you approach on the cobblestones, and the old woman peeks up over a pair of tortoiseshell glasses that are rose tinted. And she says, "Curse my eyes. Is that an Arundel?" He looks absolutely confused, but puts on a polite smile. "Do I owe you money?" "You know what? Don't even answer that." And he hands her the pouch of gold he stole. And she laughs.
So I guess drinks are on me then, huh?
He just gives you a look like, come on now. She looks like she's practically dead, come on. Pretty soon she's gonna be in one of these plots.
Fine.
Yes, it's me. My name is Arundel. How can I aid you, miss? And she says, Diana. And Arundor's whole body language changes. Oh. You are old now. Yes. It is still good to see you. Are you boys hungry? And take your money, wizard. I don't want it if it belongs to anyone else. Well, I mean, it belongs to me now. Still up to your old ways. Come, I've put stew on. And I have your favorite squash wine. Do an old woman a favor and tell her a couple of stories.
Guess we're having a stew to celebrate, huh?
Arundor kind of gives you this like, ha ha ha, look. He says, you could go, I could catch up. Just down the way.
No.
No, really,
That's
I
okay.
insist. You go, have fun. I insist.
Okay, if you say so. And he claps him on the back and acts like he's going to turn around, and then he proceeds inside.
Okay, as soon as you're in there, the old woman says, I remember when I was your age. What's your name?
My name is Craven. Craven Clevermore.
I've heard of the Clevermores. And she begins to pour you some ale. Well, squash wine. Scoop up some beef stew. It smells divine. Thick chopped potatoes, wide slices of onions, all in a thick slurry. Very floured, but very spiced at the same time. In fact, just smelling it, you know that there's enough pepper in there that, oh man, your nostrils are going to be leaking here. She leads Arundor to sit down. She asks if you are from the Clevermore family on the wall.
Yeah, that's where I come from.
Curious indeed. What are you all up to? What has the old wizard have in store for you?
Who knows? I'm just taking it day by day. This one keeps me on my toes, that's for sure.
He always does. Always has.
That stew smells divine. I am famished.
She scoops you up a big clay bowl, hands you a wooden spoon.
So how do you know him? Tell me all the stories.
Do you really want me to tell you the stories? Or you want me to kind of gloss over?
You can gloss if you'd like.
She explains an old adventure. She explains a young cleric with a thirst for saving all and any. She explains that as a young girl, she, well, was haunted. She doesn't have an easy way to put it. And she sought out many healers and clerics and decided that she would take up the mantle on her own. And she found a wizard on her way. And he heard her story and said that he would help. She said their first adventure ended in failure, with Arendor being polymorphed into a pot. So she had to bring him home and have the high priest unpolymorph him. And Arendor's like, it was hardly as bad as she's saying. It wasn't that. It was absolutely on purpose. I did it 100%. It was a tactical move. And then she talks about the party. She talks about an old dwarf and a half-orc. She talks about fighting a dragon.
Oh, a dragon. That's impressive.
She says an offspring of the Nightmare King, All Ghul.
Really?
When she says the name, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
$18.
Okay. You're not afraid, but it does invoke a tightening of the palms, the soles of your feet, the soles of your feet, up your calves, into your thighs. You feel like you've heard this name before. Hey,
And-
Sakura, thank you for the raid. Welcome in.
Welcome, Raiders. What came of the offspring exactly? Did you defeat it?
We buried it in the mines. The old red brake line. We were unable to defeat it. No tries were mine. Almost lost all of our lives. But thank the heavens for Arendor. He was the last of us standing. And though we lost some of our companions, those of us he could save, he did. What is your passive insight, Craven?
Passive insight is 13.
Arendor is very tense as she's telling this part of the story.
So, how many of you actually made it out of there? If you don't mind me asking.
Of the 5 of us, 4.
I see. And what happened to the last one?
She looks at Arendor. He was destroyed by the dragon.
Oh. Sorry to hear that. So Arendor, tell me, how did you manage to stop a dragon? That's quite a feat. You buried it, I believe was said.
It was a joint effort. Long time ago. Diana, the soup is divine. Do you mind if I have another bowl? As much as you'd like, old friend. When he returns to the table, he has another half of bread, another glass of wine, and he makes no comment on it.
Well, we came in here, and I mean, didn't mean to bring down the mood. This is supposed to be a happy reunion, right? You guys, old friends, long time. Got any happy stories?
Oh, many. I'll tell you about the octopus.
Oh, I would love to hear about the octopus.
And we will fade out with your scene. Meow. Happy. And we'll slide over to Theonidas. Oh, wait. Let's do Solana and then Theonidas. That's what we'll do. Solana, where you at?
I'm in my tower. I'm in my room, just sitting there. I guess maybe sulking a little. And I guess I'll write to that geeky person that wrote to me.
Okay.
In the journal that Yavanna gave me. I think Yavanna gave me a journal. So I'll probably do that.
And when you're done with your letter?
After I write, did you want me to say what I wrote, or
You
should I
can.
just wait?
You can share it if you'd like.
Maybe not yet. I'll just wait until they get to see it. But yeah, I guess after the after writing, I think she'll prepare to go to dinner. Is it about time for dinner to be done yet or not yet?
Yeah, you'll have to let all your party members know still. None of them are aware.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Ooh, there are options. There are things to do. Oh, I have a different idea. Seeing as, Solana has been in the tower by herself for a while, just kind of contemplating things. After she's written, she'll she'll go to the mirror and just kind of be like brushing her hair, getting all the look of like disheveled, crying fight off of her, and while she's doing that, you'll see that the white in her hair as she's brushing it turns purple, and you'll see that the requiem comes out, and she's gonna explore the castle a little bit while it's in a bit of disarray. Or maybe not disarray, but preparing for dinner. Let's go with that.
Oh. Anywhere in particular the requiem goes in the keep?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, let's see. Where can we go? I think she wants to spy on her dad, on Solana's dad. So, I think maybe she'll just try to like sneak into his keep or something, into his office.
Okay, go ahead.
She just wants to get some details about him,
Go
and particularly about her mom, if she can find any.
roll stealth
All right.
and an investigation to find your dad. Well, Solana's father.
Can I, before I leave, cast Pass Without Trace?
Yep, sure can.
Dope. So I'll roll a stealth. Okay. It's a 5 plus 10, and then the So 16.
Let me roll something. Oh, wow, okay. So you do find him,
Oh.
but he's actually not doing any heads of state shit. He's sitting quietly on one of the balconies that overlooks the city.
Mm. In his room, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not even in his room. It's like the sitting room before his room,
Mm.
like where he would entertain very important guests.
Mm. I also have this thing, according to my sheet, I have this thing called the Cloak of Shadows, and I can be invisible, but it says it's till my next turn or something, so I don't know how long that would be if I'm not in combat. So, like, for flavor, I want to turn invisible.
You might have access to the invisibility spell. Hold on.
Because it's a divinity thing for being a cleric.
Let's see. And it just says Cloak of Shadow. Oh, my D&D Beyond is crashing!
LotR!
Yay! Crashing D&D Beyond!
Generally, a round in combat is considered 6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
So,
Right. I just don't know if the same would apply for this situation. Or not.
Yeah, I mean for 6 seconds, sure. I'm down.
Just to be invisible for 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Okay, he's looking out a balcony or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Requiem will be invisible for a little bit. Sneak up behind him and say, "Oh, did she fight well?"
Ugh. You do, don't you? You make him jump.
She very excited to see him jump.
And he grips his cup. Requiem.
Armand?
What do you want?
I don't know. We haven't talked in a bit. It sounded like a good idea to talk to you. Get your attention. Ask about Solana. She do well.
She did just fine.
Well, that's good. That's good. I wanted to talk to you about something. Well, and she like tries to pretty herself up a little bit.
He's glaring.
Well, since we've agreed that Solana is very capable of fighting and can take care of herself, I wonder perhaps if it's a good idea that she knows about me. Am I stuck to protecting her now? Still, I should say.
He is gonna insight you. Yeah, he's gonna insight you.
Okay.
What does 22 get him? Why are you asking about this?
Mm.
What's your plan?
I think for the longest time, the Requiem has just known to herself that she's just here to protect Solana. She doesn't have an idea of her existence or really why she's around. So I think she's asking because she wants to know what Kelros is going to do with her now, or what the plan is, or if just to glean any sort of information, like, am I bound to her because of some sort of spell, or is there, like, the Requiem is just confused as to her existence, and how for a long time it's been linked to Solana's, I guess, weakness and protecting Solana. So now she wants to know, like, hey, you believe that your daughter is capable, so now what of me? Like, what you can do? What can you tell me about me? Solana had this big moment of discovering herself, and the Requiem wants a chance at that.
His expression is unkind.
Mm.
And you can tell he doesn't want to tell you.
If his expression is unkind, the Requiem is just gonna. She's not invisible anymore, so when he like looks for her, I guess he's like right behind him.
Okay.
And she'll like kind of slide her hand from his shoulder down, because that's how she knows to get information from people. So she'll just slide her hand down his shoulder.
That makes him tense, and he steps back.
Mm.
You... You are your own entity. You always have been. A requirement for Solana's existence.
Quiet.
Not in the way you think. If you wish to find a way to be your own thing, do so. But do it quietly.
What can you tell me about me? I think you know more about me than I'd prefer.
I know that you defile your own body for power and gems.
I'm a prisoner. Amon. We have to make a way to live somehow.
All of your needs are provided for within the keep. You're the one that insists on leaving. The wild card that takes Solana with you wherever you go.
Your precious daughter is always safe. I'm the one fighting for my life here. Amon. Solana's needs are taken care of. But I am a prisoner. I simply want to know why I'm here, where I come from, and how the hell I can get out of here. Out of this situation. I've grown rather fond of Solana, but she can take care of herself.
You want to know what you are? You want to know why you exist? I'll tell you why. My wife's charity is why you exist. She agreed.
She agreed to allow you to exist alongside Solana. That's why you exist. You exist because she was good. Unlike you. You came from the shadow, Requiem.
Fear is like swallowed up the Requiem's face. You see that tense, kind of sassy and flirty nature just dissolve into fear. Her eyes are huge.
And you have always walked with a prideful gait, seducing without a care. How do you know these men that you seduce haven't fallen in love with you? And you use them for their wallets, for your time and entertainment. You are the price that had to be paid. And so you exist. And Solana doesn't need you. I don't think she ever has needed you. I think the opposite. I think you need Solana.
Requiem is pissed. That blank kind of look in her face, the look that you would normally see on Solana when she's changing, is now on the Requiem. Like, she's scared. She's gonna lift up her hand and cast Sacred Flame on him. She's gonna throw like a fireball at him.
Okay.
And she's gonna yell, "Shut up!" And it's a Dex save.
Got a 16.
Ooh, what is this? Ah, damn it. It's a 14.
Okay. So he dodges aside and you scorch his chair. He looks at the chair and then looks at you.
Her eyes are glowing even brighter now. The white, or the lavender in her eyes is glowing white.
What's your armor class?
14.
He closes the distance in a blink. His palm an inch from your throat. When all that force pulls up to a stop and there's a wind that brushes the lower parts of your skirts and your hair. The palm claws and then fists and he drops it to his side and looking you in the eye.
Try to attack me again, Requiem. And you will never see the light of day.
Ooh, that's tempting. Requiem smirks. And she casts a disguise self and turns into... She's gonna make herself look like Solana.
Okay, like you've
So
shifted
she's
back.
She doesn't shift back, so it's still the Requiem and it's still her consciousness, but it's something that she's never done before. She looks like Solana, but the eyes are still the Requiems. That's what you see.
Oh,
And
he wheels back.
yeah. It's like, are you sure about that? And I don't know if we're doing this like an initiative thing. So I was gonna do one more thing at him, but I don't know if it's
Sure, go for it.
I can do the 2 spells. Cool. She's gonna see that spot that Craven pointed out earlier,
Of course.
and cast an inflict wounds on it.
Roll your damage.
Yeah. Beep. Do I have to roll to hit? I think I have to roll to hit, right?
You don't.
Oh, I
Because-
don't. Dope.
Because you are exploiting a weakness, which is very, very evil of you. Roll your damage.
Okay. Let me do that right now. Where's my d10s? Okay. 19 points of damage. Necrotic. You'll see what looks like purplish haze with shadowy haze with purple and stars in it. And that vision of what looks like Solana, both of their hands come out and you see that haze like immediately go for the spot where he's the weakest.
Okay. He stumbles back, clutching, grunting in pain.
That felt good. She walks away from him. She's gonna leave him on the ground in pain. Good talk, Alma.
When you open the
Please.
door, you are face to face with Yavanna.
Oh shit. She still looks like Solana, but with the different eyes. So I'm gonna look down. Hello, Yavanna.
Let's see. Do not bother. Mine eyes see what is truly and always there, Requiem. Now, you will prostrate yourself to Lord Kelros and apologize and accept your punishment, or I will make sure you never see the dawn again. What you have done is forbidden, unallowed, and evil, which you are not, girl. I have helped raise you. Now apologize. Kelros says there's no need as he stands and he wipes his mouth that's bleeding just a little. I don't want her apology. Find a
Just
way.
tell me who I am. Why am I here? And I don't want to hear it from him anymore.
Yavanna looks at Kelros, then looks at you. And Kelros says, petulant children don't always like the answers they get.
Just tell me, and you'll never hear from me again. I promise. I'm done being scared of you, Kelros. Granted, I was never scared really in the first place.
He
But
motions
now
to
I'm done.
He motions to where you hit him and he says clearly.
Mm.
And then he just motions and waves his hand like, get out. And Yavanna just steps aside so you can step out. She's sighing. Do you leave the room?
As Solana's walking out, well, the Requiem looking like Solana, as she's walking out, she's gonna look Yavanna dead in the eye and say, "You didn't hear what he said to me. He deserved it."
As she is shutting the door, she says, Requiem, any matter of words, as biting and painful as they are, do not deserve a trick shot to a very old wound. There is no dignity in that.
You may be right. But I stand by what I did.
It's not even funny. Like, I doubt I could punch a hole in the ground.
And she walks away. She's gonna go back to the tower. And rest. When she wakes up from that little nap, it'll be Solana again.
It's not like it was back then. People are getting shot because they're getting cut off.
Okay.
That's it.
I rolled to see if Ivana followed you, but she didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Sliding to Theonidas. But before that, quick bathroom break, guys. And when we return, we'll be in the chapel with Theonidas.
Woo.
Our adventure continues. In the chapel within Kelros Keep. Theonidas, what did I have you roll?
Nothing.
I didn't have you roll anything before we paused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Roll a perception or an investigation. I'm going to describe the room to you. Go ahead and type what you got.
Okay. For perception, a 16.
Okay. The room is wide. Peaked ceilings. I already described the pews. 2 doors behind the altar. Depicted over the altar, there is a hero upon a Pegasi. Sorry, a Pegasus, not a Pegasi, that's multiple. A Pegasus striking down a wicked black serpent. Do you read Elvish?
I don't.
Do you read... Hold on. What languages do you read? What are you read? What are you able to read? What's your language?
Giant and orc.
That's it.
Yeah.
Theonidas. You're not sure what the picture says. Damn it.
Shit.
Okay, you're not sure. Beautiful. It is beautiful. In fact, it captures most of your attention. This tapestry, because the hero looks like a Kelros. The music suddenly got really epic, and I'm sorry that I didn't mean for that to play while I was speaking, but shh, it's all good. Okay. So the hero is not quite the bald Kelros, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's very similar features. Short, dark hair, a shock of white in the front and in the beard. You can see this almost lavender eye color. And over his shoulder, a tiny sparrow. On his chest plate, a water snake. A viper. But on his shield is the Kelros symbol. And then your eyes turn to the shadow. It's hard to describe the amalgamation that has been woven into these threads. Hundreds of eyes are depicted by tiny silver slitted threads, so they look half open or blinking almost. There is sort of a serpentine body at the crest of the shadow amalgamation. But the tapestry definitely inspires awe and hope. What it means, or what's written there in Elvish, you're unsure. But behind you, a voice. Year 34 of the first age of man. The Kelros line was established. A simple farmer who took up his sword
and looked at the call and denied its beckoning. A dainty figure approaches you from behind.
Oh,
They come to stand next to you, and you recognize the priest that has been watching you.
it's you.
It's you as well. It is good
I've
to finally meet you, Theonidas.
It's good to meet you too. And who are you?
The dainty figure gets up on one of the pews and pulls you, like motions you close so they can look at your face. Before even introducing themselves. Let me look at you.
All right.
You. You are a gentle soul. But you are destined. My name
Destin
is Dalvin.
Delvin. Do I recognize the name?
You don't. But they seem very much to recognize you.
You know of me?
I have heard much about you.
Oh. Where from? It seems everybody knows who I am.
Of course. Your mother is very famous, but so is your father. Did
Really?
you know that he owned a bakery here?
I didn't know.
I used to go as a girl. And you're like, oh, that's your gender. They're bald. You don't know. It was hard. But now you know.
What was the bakery called?
He named it after his beloved.
Caspian.
Caspian cakes. His
That's like him.
specialty was the red velvet, as you can imagine why.
Absolutely. You a regular of his? You said?
Always. I wanted to offer my condolences for what happened to him after.
Well,
It was a tragedy to hear of Tower Town.
yes. I know. And I appreciate it. But I'm trying to figure it all out in hopes that I can find answers and hopefully my father will be back as well.
They look a little concerned. We are all seeking answers. In the local parish, down in the lower market, I did speak with your brother, Leonidas.
You did?
I did. He came to
How is
confession.
he? Is he still angry?
Oh, boiling. But
Even so.
he... He's very mad that you left.
Hello. Skip.
That's an accident.
I understand. I get it. But he needs to know my reasons. That's why I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to find him and settle this all. He didn't give me a chance. He stormed off. That was the last time I saw him. But now maybe we can settle things.
I think a conversation with him would be good, but that isn't exactly why I wanted to speak with you, young Theonidas.
Oh. What is it then?
Could I make you some tea first?
Of course.
Very good. And they lead you in behind, like, the main chapel, like, in the parish area, to this little humble kitchen. And they make you a simple root tea. You watch them put it together. But when you drink it, Theo, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is 20. Just dirty 20.
You sense nothing amiss. It's a little bit bitter, but it's warm.
It's pleasant.
They're watching you very curiously.
So, what is it that you needed to talk about?
Have you heard of a place called Rashida?
Do I?
Roll a history.
All right.
DC 10.
Okay, here we go. I rolled a 6.
It sounds familiar, but you can't place it.
I think I've heard the name before, but don't really know any much else.
Rashida is a place of the pharaohs.
All right.
Far to the south.
Do these pharaohs have anything to do with me?
Open your palm. Lay it on the table, face up.
All right. He has his palm face up on the table, slowly.
The priest draws from their robes a very fine, squared chain of medallions linked together. It's quite the chunky jewelry piece to be carrying in simple priest robes, but they set it in your hand.
This is beautiful. What is this?
They're just watching you. Perhaps I was mistaken. Make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. Uh, 15.
The priest looks relieved and stands and moves back to their counter as you're watching it. Letters begin to glow on the square faces. Some sort of writing. Glowing a deep, fiery glow. Much.
In the medallion?
Much like the entity you saw in the battlefield with Adunafel.
What's this? I recognize these.
The priest turns, looking at your hands, and then looking at you. They reach up and cover their mouth, their eyes wide.
You all right?
You cannot be.
What?
Speak of this
What?
to no one. And they take the medallion. I will hide this away, where no one will find it.
Hold on.
Kept secret.
What
Safe.
happened?
You cannot tell anyone, especially Arendor, what has transpired here. If he knows that the medallion of Rashida has reacted to you, no. He can't know.
Why did it react to me?
Oh, Theonidas. I tested it on your brother and it wasn't him. But of course it would be you. Of course. It would be
What?
you. And we're gonna end there for tonight.
Oh, goddamn. Okay.
Bum, bum,
Yeah, man,
bum.
my damn seat. Convict. Damn it. What? What happened? What did he do?
Where am I? Where's my
What does it mean?
underwear?
Damn. I love that.
Damn.
Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hey, Storm, thank you so much for the Risa. You are my father.
You are my father.
Thank you guys. It was a blast.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Kopic.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
And, Nathan V. I'm sorry, not sorry.
That's all right. Do what you got to do.
The Medallion of Rashida. The Mantle of Kings. Write that down.
All right.
And we'll see all of you next